Hey there, Brick fans, and welcome back to another episode of Building Batuu Galaxy's Edge in Lego. On today's episode, I am very excited to be bringing you all of my progress that I've made on docking bay 7. I'm going to be working up those walls up towards the top landing pad for the transport shuttle. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a like, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of the content coming up. All right, let's not delay. Let's hit that hyperdrive and jump straight in. Alright, so I'm going to kick off by finishing off the panels, these panels around here, building them up to this height so that I can get the landing pad on top, and then I'm going to see how that goes. Hopefully I've got enough of these trans blue bricks in the brick wall. If I don't, I'm probably going to have to stop for now or just put some temporary bricks in there until I get some other bricks in, and then I will hopefully get the landing pad on top. If not, I'm going to actually keep going with this area because I know that I've got the bricks for this section. So let's see how we go. Well, that did not last very long. So it turns out I have like 3 of these trans blue style bricks. So that's totally not happening. So I've either got to order some in, or I've maybe got to think of a different alternative. Now, I really don't use this color brick too often. Maybe I will want to from now on and get them in. But for the fact that it's docking bay 7, it's way over the side there. And I've actually been thinking about the fact that I want to put a darker black brick in behind, kind of like what I did with the door. So when you look through, it sort of looks like there is it's quite dark in there. I'm thinking what I might do is actually put this on the back of here and then fill in this section with this entire stack of slightly darker trans blue bricks. So I'm going to try that and see how it looks. If it works out, this is definitely going to be the way to go because, you know, other than that, gonna have to order these puppies in. It's just how it floats. All right, onwards. So yeah, I think that one works fairly well. I actually prefer this for the aesthetic of Batuu and not having those type of... I almost think that these kind of feel sometimes a little bit too kind of play setting, and I wanted to go a little bit more believable with this one. So I'm hoping that this kind of does the trick. I did leave a little slit in the top here so that the light, I could put a light in the middle of it and then it would feel like it's still lit up. I'm going to try and do a few more slits on the side because I've obviously got this solid here. But if I can split this up so that I can somehow make it work and have an opening at the sides too so it can shine through, just to get a bit more light in here, I think that will work pretty well. So yeah, I think definitely the way to go, and it means I don't have to delay with orders or anything like that. I can just sort of go for gold and do it this way. So onward with the panels. Well, there we go. All of those are now done. The windows, all of the window panels are done. I did have a little mishap at the back where I had to rework it, because if I use the 6x, which covered the full distance of this. It's actually too thick at the back. So if I'm to bring you over here, you will see exactly what I mean. If I had this is the door, and I've actually already worked out enough give in these areas to be able to do this with the door, where the door goes the whole way across for the full 6. So that one actually sits in okay, and I had to leave that anyway because I needed the extra room for the actual door. But for this section here, it should be fine. But these sections, if I came out any further with that and doubled up, it actually would have hit kind of these sections, these additional sections, which I will be building out and using to connect up and also kind of build up a bit more strength in these. So if I had have done that, it would have bumped, and then this would have pushed forward too far, and then it wouldn't have connected, and there would have been a whole thing. So that's why I've made that little change here. So I've left basically all of these sides kind of open. I will probably fill in with light bluish grey in here and here on all of these, just to strengthen them up, and then I will do a little bit more kind of reinforcement as I've done in this section, and then I'll build this up to here and kind of do that. But that's all kind of behind the scenes stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting this one a little bit more built up at the back, and then hopefully I'll get to a point where we can sort of at least sit something on top, if not connected on, and just see how it looks, and maybe even start building the landing pad. All right, well, the workbench is definitely looking like there's a MOC being built. Always gets a bit messy halfway through, but so I need to apologize to start with. For anyone who is particular about what their filler brick looks like, I really need to apologize for this. Oh dear. So pretty much anything is anything inside here because you are never going to see it. So I've used a bunch of bridges. I've used some windows in here. Didn't even really keep it the same color because ultimately I don't care, but it's all good because it's super strong now, which it wasn't before. I've also put an additional hinge plate into all of these pivot joints here, so it's like really quite it's quite strong and sturdy in the turning of it, whereas before like it was all floppy around and everything. Especially these parts here, I've actually reconnected them again with a secondary snot piece here. And then also on the front, in that time, I did do another section here, which is this part. And basically it's just going to build out a little bit. I may even step it back just one extra one. But in the reference video, reference material, there is, this kind of does step out and then kind of shoot up a bit like this. Before then coming into this section. So basically I've got to bring this back to meet up with this in line with that section, so I can dip it back in, have this little black section that sits back like that, and then the same thing with this. So basically I'm going to take all of these up to that same height. Now I've got a nice sturdy base to work for on the back, and then hopefully I can still get the landing platform on today. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, she's looking pretty red hot. Okay, here it is. I was going to show you all a really cool time lapse of me putting this together, but unfortunately I forgot to hit record. So I guess you're just going to have to do with looking at the finished product of the walls here. I will go in and just fix up some of these tiles here, fill in some of this space. I want to clean up some of this. But yeah, the base exterior is pretty much finished there. So now I'm going to have a look at starting the top section for the landing pad. That is the next thing on the agenda. Whether or not I get this done for this update, I'm not quite sure because I'm hoping to get the video out this week, but I will give it a red hot shot and I'm going to give it a go right now. All right, so the landing pad top is now on the prototype, of course. This is not something I'm going to be having as multiple colors. The idea is that I'm going to do all of this in the dark bluish gray, probably, or maybe even mixtures of the dark bluish gray and black. Not 100% sure, but I think it's probably going to be the dark bluish gray. And then all of the accent pieces around here, which I'm going to fill in, are actually going to be in kind of brown and dark bluish gray, so it gives a bit of a sort of rusty feel. And then that will actually match up with the door that's down here, so it kind of brings the color scheme together. I would like to have this kind of tiled off, but I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be able to find kind of how I can sort of tile this with the wingspans and everything. So I'm going to see, I might be able to do like a majority of tiles, like I kind of do rows of tiles or something like that, just to make it kind of work at the same level. But other than that, yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's turning out, really. Obviously, I knew I was going to run out of these larger pieces here, so I'm going to have to order some more of those in. But generally, I think that's really worked pretty well, and I think that's going to look pretty awesome when it's got the transport ship on the top for sure. So I am just going to do try a few more things just for a prototype of the extra kind of pieces sticking out, just so you visually can get an idea of how it's going to look in this section. But other than that, yeah, I'm going to chuck this one over on the build and show you how it looks. And it's time for build reveal. And there it is. At the moment, it's looking pretty tidy in that space. Here it is, kind of relative to the Falcon. So we're going to have the transport ship up on the top of this, which I think is going to work really well. These are the few kind of tests that I did for just some what are they? They're like antennas, or I guess scaffolding, the kind of side scaffolding that goes out almost like little awnings on the side here. I'm kind of leaning towards this one just because I think it's a little bit truer to the design. But I always do, I like the ladder. I've actually used that ladder in the milk stand. And we'll actually be doing wires and things that go along the edge of the building, sort of similar to what I've done here. But I'll also be putting that on the other one as well. So let me know in the comments below which one you guys think looks better. Maybe I can do a combination of both around this. Will make it look kind of cool. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. And just for your information, I will be filling in all of those gaps in behind. So that is just for this little section. That is enough for this week, and let's bounce into the wrap up. All right, well, that pretty much wraps up today's episode, Brick fans. We've made a lot of really good progress on docking bay 7 with building up all the walls and finally getting that prototype on the top there for the landing pad. Next week, I'm going to be starting on the outdoor area while I wait for some of those pieces to come in to finish off the top area. So I'm really looking forward to that because there's a lot of sort of decrepit bricks and things like that. So that's going to be really exciting to be working on next week. The week after that, I will be bringing out Star Wars Factions, the first Star Wars Factions episode for that new series as well. So I'm very excited about that. If you missed it midweek, I did bring out a room tour. So if you haven't checked that one out, jump on in and have a look at how I store all my bricks and the kind of collection and the inspirations I have around my studio. Other than that, I do have a live coming up where I'll be doing a Star Wars Factions build. So if you are around, feel free to drop in and say hi and have a bit of a chat with me. It's always a good, fun, enjoyable time. So hopefully you guys can make it. If not, I will see you all with Building Batuu next week, as I said. But also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of this content coming up. And if you did enjoy today's video, guys, please give me a like. It really helps to spread the channel around to other people. Thank you very much for joining me this week. And until next time, till the spire, and may the bricks be with you.